Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Behind the Bell, live from the NASDAQ market site here in the heart of Times Square in New York City. My name is Bob McCooey, and I'm the Senior Vice President here at NASDAQ. And today, we have the great pleasure of sitting down with the founder and CEO of Covetrus, Ben Shaw. Covetrus, a global animal health company dedicated to empowering veterinarians worldwide, is now listed on NASDAQ under the ticker symbol CVET. Ben, thanks for joining me here this morning. Congratulations. We just had an amazing time downstairs with the opening bell, so it's good to have you.
Thank you very much. This is a lot of fun for our team and just an amazing milestone, not only to be registered, but to welcome a new company, Covetrus, into the market.
So tell us about Covetrus. Tell us about your mission, who you serve. How did this company come about?
We partner with veterinary practitioners, and these are really amazing medical practitioners, right? They're seeing different species and breeds of animals, and they're performing the entire array of medical services. They're surgeons, they're orthopedics, they're dealing with dentistry and infectious disease. They're also dispensing practitioners, they're pharmacists, and so they're managing the entire scope. It's really a remarkable display of medical capability and knowledge.
But it's amazing because the one, we're talking about my two dogs, the veterinarian that comes in a mobile unit.
Okay.
So right to my front door, and we bring the dogs right out and put them in there, and everything's done right there. It's basically like a one-man shop.
That's just it, right? It's a single practitioner who's able to display and work across all possible issues that might come up. And on top of that, they're managing a cash pay small business, right? Which is really hard, both a combination of a small business owner and a kind of a broad and deep medical practitioner. And so Covetrus is an organization committed to helping that practitioner be more successful, to arm them with technology and services and tools to help them keep up with their own business, to help them keep up with changing client expectations, to respond to increasing retail pressures, but from an end-to-end point of view, thinking about how we can help them do a better job managing their practice and drive better health outcomes for patients.
Right, they're able to serve more patients because of what you're able to do on the back end for them.
Yeah, we're an extension of the healthcare team. We're behind the scenes helping them grapple with new ideas, new capabilities, new technology, and really the promise of Covetrus is an organization that's committed to help them be successful.
So talk a little bit more about how Covetrus now, as a new company, is reimagining the industry.
We're bringing together two really trusted names in veterinary medicine, the Henry Schein Animal Health Organization and Vets First Choice. And the complementary capabilities of these organizations is going to bring together practice management software, supply chain and inventory management, appointment and prescription management, and all of these capabilities in an end-to-end solution. And for the first time, veterinarians will have a single provider able to help them deal with the total complexity of running a practice. And we think that we can unlock entirely new health opportunities, that we can drive medical compliance, that we can help them be more successful in managing the business. And we can do that on a global basis. We're a market leader in the United States, we're a market leader in Europe and APAC, and so to be able to imagine how can practices better manage, what does this look like over the next 10 and 20 years, and we want to be that innovator, we want to be that trusted partner, we want to be the organization that those veterinarians turn to figure out how do I evolve my practice to respond to new opportunities.
So you founded the business in 2010. Henry Schein has been putting together an animal health business for years. I couldn't even guess how many years. You bring these two organizations together. Now, what does it look like going forward? You must have new initiatives that you have for 2019. Can you talk me through a little bit about that?
First and foremost, this is now a company dedicated to veterinary medicine, right? We're not distracted by humans and human patients. We're all about veterinarians. We're all about driving better patient care. But we have to come together as an organization. We have a first-year opportunity to organize ourselves and make sure that we are set up to be successful to support organization. But we have a bunch of initiatives, including just new innovation and enhancing the service set that we already provide, and we'll be launching the Vets First Choice services on an international basis. And so we have a lot to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. But day one is really about just coming together as a new team committed to veterinary medicine.
And we're so honored that you and the whole team came here this morning to celebrate with the opening bell. We really appreciate it. So every time we are able to do these talks with CEOs and founders, one of the things that's always interesting is when they bring up kind of a success story. So can you give us one of the ones that you really remember that defines Covetrus?
You know, that's one of the fun aspects of our business is we get to work with many, over 100,000 small business owning veterinarians. And so whether it's veterinarians struggling and challenged with different client expectations, or you described a mobile practitioner who's imagining how can I be successful in showing up at your home and yet still keep up with knowing what I need to inventory and what kind of products, how do I compete on dispensing activities. So whether it's ambulatory equine practitioners or specialists or general practitioners, we've had great fortune early in our success to have customers who are still with us today. Some of which came out of the financial crisis in 2008 and 2009, looking for a new way to be efficient, to be more effective. Those practices have gone on to be unbelievably successful and are great partners today. Early this week, we had an opportunity to showcase some of that at our Capital Markets Day on Monday. And so I think that part of the joy of our business is being able to work with 100,000 different small business customers. It's hard to pick one over the rest. Here outside, I saw that we get to display some of our great customers and the teams that support them, and that felt pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure. And as you said, you have so many, and then all those that you work with are providing the service to so many more. So
right.
You're really doing amazing work. And one of the things that you talked about is this is a global company. So we know that this has come out of the new animal health hub in Portland, Maine.
That's right.
But where do you see the global aspect of the business? You talked a little bit about Europe. You talked about APAC. Talk to us through a little bit more about the global aspect.
It's pretty unique in human health. A lot of healthcare technology and services are limited to these 50 states. And in veterinary medicine, the needs and challenges of veterinary practitioners are really much the same in the U.S. as they are throughout Europe and Asia, and even into Brazil and fast-growing markets like China. And so we enjoy market leadership positions in the U.S., but also throughout Europe. We're in 23 major markets as a market leader. We have a market-leading position in Australia, New Zealand, now Hong Kong, and we're fast-growing in Brazil and China. And so being able to operate that kind of platform and share best practices across markets, but also be a valuable partner to our manufacturers, who themselves are global organizations and want to be able to repeat the success and impact that we can have in one market and replicate that on a global basis. So I think it's a really unique position. Covetrus is the largest global animal health technology and services business, and I think that allows us to deliver a really unique value proposition. As practices consolidate and become more international, as manufacturers look for ways to replicate success. And so this is a day that also will celebrate 5,000 colleagues operating out of almost 100 countries globally.
Wow, that's truly amazing. And congratulations on what you've built, what the team has done to bring you to today. And we wish you continued success in the future. Thank you for allowing NASDAQ to be your partner, and we look forward to decades in the future of being able to support you. Thank you all so much for joining us for this edition.